Hello everyone, and in today's video, let's take a look at a set of ND filters for Insta360 Go 2 by Freewell. So, first of all, why do you even need ND filters and what do they do? ND filters are like sunglasses to our camera. They simply reduce the amount of light that's coming through the lens into the camera itself. Thanks to that, we can slow down our shutter speed and get cinematic motion blur in our videos. So it's gonna look more natural to the eye and more realistic. Normally, when you record a video with auto shutter, it's so fast that when you pause the video, it's gonna be sharp, crystal clear. You can see every detail in it, but you won't feel that motion, that speed. It's gonna be as if frozen in time, lacking the dynamic. However, with an ND filter, you can set your shutter speed to be much slower, so when you pause your video, it's gonna look more like in real life. So, inside of the package, we can find a small plastic case with a set of 4 ND filters in it and a user guide. And we also have some extra information regarding lifetime warranty, video tutorials, a couple of stickers, and we also have a microfiber cleaning cloth. And inside of the case, we're gonna find ND8, 16, 32 and 64. So the basic idea is that the higher the number, the stronger the ND filter gonna be. It's gonna be much darker, letting through less and less light. Which one you should use totally depends on the weather conditions. For example, ND8 should be used on a cloudy day when there is not much sun to begin with. It's a much softer filter. However, ND16 could be a better choice for partially cloudy sky, where the sun is much stronger. And finally, ND32 and 64 should be used on a bright sunny day with clear sky. In this case, darker filter gonna absorb more of that light. Okay, so let me put it on so I can show you how it works. So these ND filters can be used both for video and photo. And it's all about having that motion in your footage. So they won't do much if you plan to record a still video of a landscape or take a selfie. Take a look at the footage that I prepared and try to spot the difference between it. As you could see, whenever I stopped that video, you could see it was a bit blurry, but it was easier to feel that speed, that motion in it. So if you want to have that cinematic motion blur in your video, then what you have to do is to slow down your shutter speed. So if you're recording a video using 30 frames per second, for example, ideally your shutter speed needs to be twice the amount of that frame rate. So in this case, it has to be 1/60th of a second. But if you record your video without an ND filter, this is what happens. So notice that right now, everything is completely overexposed, the footage is completely too bright, there are no details in it. And this is exactly the reason
Why we need to have ND filters such as this one to simply reduce the amount of light that's getting to the camera sensor. So yeah, I just attached the ND filter to the Insta360 Go 2, and as you can see, this footage is now usable.
Just one thing to be aware of is that your video can be a bit shaky when you use ND filters. Since this camera uses electronic image stabilization, it's all digital, and when you use ND filters, you reduce the amount of light for the camera, so you make it a little bit harder for it to capture crystally clear and sharp photos. It cannot do it anymore to later on precisely stabilize your footage. So this is what Freewell ND filter set for Insta360 Go 2 has to offer, and this accessory costs around $29. So it's not that expensive. If you want to have motion blur in your videos or photos, have that more professional feel, etc., then this accessory might be something for you. And if you look for some other great accessories for Go 2, please check out these two videos. Thank you so much for watching and see you guys in the next video.